So Broadway Cares started with the managers, producers, Equity Fights AIDS started with the union and the committee. And then it was clear that both groups were giving their money, most of their money, to the Actors Fund, which had clients. Neither of our groups had clients. We gave our money to organizations that had clients. And in this case, it was the Actors Fund. And so through a course of events, we merged because we were both working towards the same purpose, and it seemed that we were at odds to be separate. So we merged, and hence the name Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS. So that was the beginning.
I came to Broadway Cares through my love of theater and through my love of event production, but also through the AIDS fight. I've been positive myself for 20 years now, actually, just past my anniversary. So, and for me it was the perfect marriage because it was theater, which I loved, it was fighting AIDS, which I wanted to do, and it was production experience too as well. So it was the perfect storm. Great stuff.
One of the reasons I wanted to work here was that it was great to be a stage manager. It was great to do 8 shows a week, but I also wanted to feel like I was doing some good, and I got a lot of my joy from the volunteer work that I was doing with Broadway Cares in conjunction with working on a Broadway show, and now I sort of get to do it all, which is great.
I think Broadway Cares is an amazing organization because it uses the talents of the Broadway community so well for an amazing cause. It really uses actors, singers, dancers, directors, choreographers, costume designers. It uses their unique talents and skill sets and empowers them to work together to support people living with HIV and AIDS, as well as other life-threatening illnesses. I think that its ability to do that work so incredibly and for so long, I think, is really outstanding.
Broadway Cares to me means an answer. It means a fight. It means a lot of fun. It means a wonderful way to celebrate making change. It means theater as having such a purpose in society as much more than just entertainment. It means a way of life. It means a heart and soul, and a place where I fit in.
And I think that one of the most surprising things has been that there are people that I had known in other capacities. I didn't meet them initially knowing, this person has AIDS. I've been working with people, getting to know them on a personal level, and then having that just be part of their story, I think speaks to the incredible work that organizations like Broadway Cares can do that work to increase people's quality of life, to make them be able to live a normal life. I think that's really incredible.
At the time, before I joined Broadway Cares, I had a small catering company, and I used to place waiters. And in those days, as I was placing the waiters and trying to call people to come and wait, which most of our waiters were, cater waiters were actors as a survival job, and 4 in 5 would be either sick or dying a week. So it was pretty devastating.
Let me say this. A lot less people are dying from AIDS in the United States, specifically in the bigger cities here, but a lot more people are getting infected. So people don't have a sense of urgency like they used to about the disease, and I think that's something that we need to address with your population, and maybe the population right below you, is the need for prevention efforts, the need for awareness to take care of yourselves, because even though HIV is something that's quote-unquote manageable by medical definitions of what a disease feels like, it's still a big deal. It's still a really big deal, and it takes a lot of work. And And so my thought is, if we can encourage, you know, your generation to focus on becoming aware and preventing, you know, getting it, that's going to be a huge step in the fight against AIDS.
It's an organization that has deep roots in the theater community, and its strength comes from how wide those roots are,
Yeah.
and how deep they are. So being able to work with thespians that are young at all ages, and help them to see that giving back to the theater community is an important thing to do, not only when you're young but throughout your life, I think, is important.
My first job out of college, and there, of course, I formed a thespian society, and I was the advisor. I was there for 12 years, developed 2 huge theater programs. It was a district with 2 schools, and I was the head of both theater departments in both schools, and developed a thespian society and was their advisor for the years I was there.
It makes more of a difference than any of us could ever have hoped for, really. To me, it means so many different things. Yes, we need the money, and yes, the money goes into the grants programs, and yes, there's a lot more money because of thespians getting involved. This year, we just announced that Thespians broke $1 million. That's $1 million raised by high school students in just over a decade. To translate that into the amount of awareness that's happening around AIDS and HIV, around theater as activism, around theater as being important in students' lives, around theater education as being important overall, it's unprecedented what you guys are doing, you guys and girls and people. It's amazing to me. It's so fulfilling and so hopeful. I see the future. I see great changes coming about. I see people growing to be really committed individuals and citizens and people who care about society. You know, all of that stuff to me comes true every time I spend some time with Thespians. It's a wonderful organization. I have to credit the teachers overall, my heroes, you know, the people who dedicate their lives to trying to give you a better chance of it, and the work that you produce is so overwhelmingly amazing. A lot of you are so very, very talented. I really appreciate that as well. It's inspiring, you know. It's great to know there's a future of theater out there. There's a future of active, committed people who are going to come up the ranks and take the reins, and whether it's my cause or your cause or somebody else's cause, you're going to know what to do, and that's a real comfort to somebody like me. So thank you.
Nice.
So
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks very much.
All right.